Jane, ladies and gentlemen. So recently, the African Union has become a member of the G20 with the sole effort and help of India. I am just number 293. Today, going to speak on India-Africa relations. So today, Africa is known as the land of the future, and India is maintaining close diplomatic relations with Africa. So I'll be dividing the topic into three parts. That is the importance of this relation, two the challenges to this relation, and three the ways forward. So why is Africa important to India? Talking about the economic cooperation, India and Africa share a bilateral trade of around 98 billion US dollars, in which 43 billion is alone from mineral and mining sector. Also, the African Continental Free Trade Area has become the world's largest free trade area with the combining of 55 African nations into a single whole market where countries like India can has the opportunity to have more investments in this free trade area. This can help in the trade between both the regions. Also, today African Union is a powerful bloc, a voting bloc in the international forum, and this is one of the reasons why India is maintaining its relations with Africa. Also, India today is pressurizing the United Nations to give African representation in the United Nations Security Council. Talking about the energy sector, 15% of the oil that we use is from Africa, and Africa is also home to many critical minerals. So these minerals can be used by India to achieve its initiative of Clean India project. So, for example, the electronic vehicles battery need lithium, which is very abundant in Africa. So, India needs this because India wanted to have 30% electronic vehicles by 2030 in India. Also, graphite and copper from Africa can be used in the creation of electronic vehicles in India. Also, the rare earth metals of Africa can be used in the defense industry and the electronics industry of India. Also, the platinum industry, the platinum metals can be used by India in creating hydrogen fuel cells, which is also needed for the creation of a Clean India, Green India initiative. So, what are the challenges faced in this relation? The major challenge is the investment gap of India and other countries. India, when compared to countries like China and the Western countries, only invest a few in Africa. Then there is a misconception that Indian products is of low quality in Africa because in 2022 some children died in Africa due to the intake of Indian made medicines. Also, the Indian projects in Africa sometimes are delayed, which also loses the credibility of India in Africa. Also, the India's relation is far more attached towards the South and the East Africa, where the North and the West Africa is not given its preference, where we have a huge potential of oil, gas, technology, trade relations. So, what are the ways forward? So, India needs to have more partnership agreements with the African continental free trade areas. India also need to have more partnership with the companies in Africa to excavate and to collect the rare earth metals and other critical minerals from Africa. Also, India should focus more on highly impacting projects like the solar energy project, then the digital connectivity project, in order to increase its trust in Africa. Also, India can help in modernizing the agriculture of Africa. So, I would like to conclude by words by saying that by these ways we can improve the relations between Africa, and this will help both India and Africa to attain the prosperity and to have a more developed future tomorrow together. Thank you. Jai Hind.